Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the old world. I'm one of your hosts, Gommo. I'm joined as usual on a Monday by Andrew and Josh. How is everyone going?
Back to our Mondays.
Yeah,
and I am so excited to hear how you guys' weekend went.
What did we do? What did we do? Did we finally play some games? It's been a while. As in like tournament games. Yeah.
It's been ages since we've had a full-on tournament report episode like this. Actually,
yeah.
Months.
Sort of felt a little bit like closing out the mini edition. Like not, and it's probably not even going to be any different. But knowing that the FAQ's coming, I'm like, everyone's a bit stagnated with starting a new army or not. What's going to happen? It's a good way just to, get that in, and then I think it's almost like starting afresh soon. Hopefully, not fresh. But
are we overestimating how big this FAQ is going to be?
Probably. I am. I'm hoping. I just want a little bit of freshness. It doesn't have to be a rewrite. I don't want that.
What has it been 6 months? How much freshness do we?
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months. Okay.
All the freshness.
Major FAQ every 6 months. Change everything.
Maybe I just need something in the ether there to because I've got 3 or 4 things on the go that actually then distills it down to one, and I'm hoping this is the FAQ is going to do it for me, but we'll see. Anyway, we are back for episode 127. If you haven't seen us, this is our live stream every week, and we have some commenters already blasting away in the chat, which is really good. Thanks for being here tonight. We're Old World Fanatics, and we are going to be covering, Andrew and myself went down to Summer Smash in Sydney, Blacktown this weekend. Was it 44 or did it only get to 42? I can't remember. Was it 40?
It's freaking hot.
It's around that. We're in actually.
Saturday. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So they're becoming really big, and so I can't wait to see what happens with the 2-dayer that they're doing later in the year. Not later in the year.
Oh, sorry, that's the numbers of attendance. I totally thought you were talking about how hot it was, like temperature-wise.
Very good. Well, I think someone made that comment that it's as hot as the number of attendees. So it was. Well, it was actually hot. I was going to say we were inside, but it probably didn't really work by about the afternoon, was it, Andrew? Got quite warm.
Yeah. Well, I had massive boob sweat. It was so gross. It was like so hot. I was just like full sweating. I wasn't the only one. There was many. It was a lot of man sweat going on in that top level.
And usually, there's a little bit of the usual, CanConny smell starting to come in, but it wasn't. Usually, it's not like that at all. But it's just for those who don't know, we've just had a massive heat waves, and poor Blacktown, Western Sydney, they get that even worse. I don't think the club's aircon could cope with it. So
no.
Air conditioner. Sorry for people who might not recognize that. Anyway, so but no, it's good. It was a really good event as usual, put on by a great little club out there. Not really a little club anymore. And we're going to cover our 3 games each and how we did. And I don't think Josh knows anything. I think he's trying to stay off.
I did. I mean, I was a bit distracted because I had I don't know. My Saturday was very interrupted. I was going to go on a platypus tour this weekend, guys.
Oh,
canoeing and everything in the Yachtways. And we're heading off. We're going to stay there for a couple of nights. We're just heading off, and then there was like this big bushfire going on in the Yachtways, and I'm like watching. It's like, it's not far away, but maybe we'll be okay. And we just we leave in 10 minutes after we left the house to head down. The tour guide calls me and I have to cancel. There's a massive bushfire. The wind's heading directly towards where you guys are going to be staying. You probably shouldn't come anymore. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, fine. So we just went home.
Wasn't the premier was saying there's all these bushfire tourists, there's this giant fire that's full out of control and it's spreading, and all these people go in to look at the bushfire. And they're like, no, this isn't a good idea.
Everyone always does that.
I totally was oblivious to how bad it's been down there in Victoria in the last couple of days. I just because I hadn't been online really, and then suddenly I was seeing some of the articles how much fire there is. Wow. We went past a little bit on the way back on the freeway, didn't we, Andrew? A little bit of the middle of the freeway was on fire, but I don't know. Random. It was 3 little spots of fire, and we're like, what is happening?
I was dehydrated. Half drunk. I didn't know because I was half delirious. I'm like, is this some sort of illusion or?
I don't know what that was. I mean,
what is going on?
But anyway, something's crackling. I don't know if that's me or you or who, but let us know. Anyway, the chat. Who's in there? Mark, the great Mark Langley is in there, and Dave Time 2445. Not sure who that is. Ox 8580. Who are these people? That's so good. Thank you so much for being on. If I don't recognise you, please like the stream. It's
a lot of new people on the stream today. Maybe it's because we're back to Mondays.
Yeah.
The UK just had their Masters. We'll talk a little bit about that news as well. So, yeah, but just the formalities out of the way.
Play, we don't know.
Oh, we have no idea. Yeah, especially if your name's Dave or Matt, you need to put like all the delivery.
Or Adam. There's lots of Adams.
There's lots of Adams as well. Look at that. Silver Dave is on, which he'll be getting a mention very shortly. And he can actually help me through the bat rep because I can never remember the first game. Anyway, let's get on with it. So big thank you.
Can I take a detour on the platypus talk, by the way? Because someone's asking me to put in a Clash on a platypus. Now, this is interesting. Not about that because I don't think I could. I mean, they're monotremes. I don't know where their testicles are. But I was looking them up the other day.
Did you say you don't know where they are?
I wouldn't be able to find them.
Yeah,
if you gave me a platypus. Well, maybe I would. I don't know. That's not the point. The point of the story is I was looking them up, their physiology. And now, because they're monotremes, it's quite interesting. You know, I mean, they lay eggs, which is unusual for a mammal. But the other thing I didn't realize is they don't have like teats as such, but they actually still lactate. And it just gets released through the pores in their skin and sort of goes through onto their fur. And then their young like drink it off their fur, which is crazy.
And do they do that in or out of the water, or it doesn't really matter? Or
out of the water, it's got to be out of the water.
Okay, yeah, right. Wow, they are the most bizarre animal. Is there can't be much more bizarre than the platypus, just in terms of how it ended up the way it did.
Insane. I mean, I thought they were a hoax when they first found them.
Yeah, I know.
They like cut them open. Like, where's the stitching? What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, not to go down the whole evolutionary path there, but the Tasmanian tiger is actually really cool too, because it was a marsupial, isn't it? But its skull. Yes. So when you compare the skull of that, you can see that it's so kangaroo-like in terms of its holes and stuff versus like a dog. Even though when you look at them, what's that terminology, Josh, where they both evolve into the same type of thing, even though they're not related? It's called something.
Oh, man.
I remember that from uni, but yeah, it's just bizarre when you look at one of those tigers. They look like a dog, and they're not when you look at the skeletons. Anyway, there you go. That sounds.
Mark's on point here. Mark is on point. Yeah.
Working all the new ones.
This is an old world here.
Look at that lactating. And then Dave Tubb say Gommo inspecting marsupial holes. Not unsurprised, to be honest. Cool. I haven't actually seen the M word yet, have I? Have I missed that already? So anyway, no. Behind everyone on the chat there. Anyway, I'm sure. I don't know what's happened today, but they're all woken up.
It was testicle necklace talk before, which I loved.
Yeah,
managed to distract.
Can't forget that one.
Monitoring talk. There's a question about echidnas, and yes, they are the same. They do have the same thing. They also lactate in the same way as platypuses. They're actually very similar evolutionarily.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're off the M word. So sorry. I just was about to say that if you like the stream, and please hit us a follow if you do like this. It does help us turn up every week. And we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. And a bunch of these people here are going to get some of their questions read out at halftime and their names read out in our patented. Always, that's why people turn up. Big read of all our paid patrons.
I want to hear my name and piss off.
Yeah. Be interested to see what advertisements happened on the names this week. I don't know. We'll have to have a look at halftime. It's free advertisement. Anyway, cool.
Yes.
Well, we're going to go through our games quickly. That's probably the first half, and then we will have a bit of a chat around the UK Masters and some nice man winning it, things like that. And
wait, you're saying you guys' games are only going to take the first half of this episode?
No, probably not.
There's no way that's happening.
Just believe the lie, Josh. Just believe the lie.
Sorry, guys.
You never know. Cool. Well, apparently I'm up first. Is that correct?
Go for it. Now, we went through the pack last week, didn't we? We've set it all up. If people need to read the pack, last week's episode.
they can pause the stream and
Pause
go
the
back
stream.
and watch the 3-hour one from last week and then catch back up.
I timestamped it. You can find the pack in the
Oh,
timestamps.
yeah,
Professional outfit here.
Nice.
I'm not really going to remember everything, and I'm pretty sure I forgot half the pictures, but it's all good. But anyway, my first one, I was grudged by the great, oh man, what is that?
This was
crackling?
the
Can
King of the
anyone
Hill
hear that?
scenario, wasn't it?
It was. The big
Yes.
Silver Dave, who just
I
was
was
talking
paying
about
attention.
lactating, lick, like, and suck scribe. Here I am saying getting all ready, and I haven't even started sharing my screen, so I'm well on it. But I was great.
We might have to count our beers as we're going through it, because there were a couple of beers.
Are they all up here? Oh, between us three too. Like,
yeah.
Because it's so. Actually, before we start, do I gripe about or talk about how? You know how when you have a dice roll,
How annoying Dave wants to play.
No, nothing to do with Dave. Dave's awesome. I keep talking about how, please, Western Sydney Wargamers, do not. I'm joking when I say this, so just caveat that. Is that I love the place. It's awesome. We get there. I'm always excited to get there, and then we rock up and we hear this weird phase, which is you guys are on level 3. I was like,
Yeah.
What? I didn't even know there was multiple levels to this place, but
Yeah.
I've been there like 5 times. Did not know there was more than one level. And I was like, okay, but what about the bar? And then we heard rumors there's a bar up in our room. So I was like, okay, this is getting good. We've got our own room, toilets right there, and a bar. And we get up the top, and guess what? The bar was shut.
Oh,
So you know when you're in Warhammer and you're about to roll the 6, but you roll a fucking 1? I felt like that's what happened.
That's it.
I was just like all excited. I was about to roll, and then oh shit. Anyway, to lead on to what Andrew was saying, we had to go to level 2. There is a level 2 as well, apparently, to get beers, to bring it back up and down. And so you know when you're doing that, you can't just do that in the middle of the game. So we got into the habit of buying, 6 beers at a time and stuff like that. Yeah. So, anyway, I know they said they tried. It's fine. It was like I'm just having a poke. It's an awesome venue, so there's nothing wrong with it. We'll work through it. I did, and you guys can quote me on this. I did make the comment at some point that I'm happy to pay way more than $50 a ticket if the bars are manned. So, and I think I said to Dave, one of us could even get a job here and just work casually, ring up the day before and say, yeah, we're coming to play. Can we man the bar? And then just work on it. So then it doesn't cost them anything. I've got ideas here. Anyway, let me get going. So, I played.
How are you manning the bar while also? Anyway,
one of us, just walk behind the thing. I don't know, just.
We'll sort it out.
Anyway, so I played Dave. For those who don't know, I was taking my wild herd list. I'm not gonna. I'll walk through it here, but if you want to actually see it, go and look at Old World Rankings or BCP or whatever. And
well,
Dave
rankings,
is running
that's where you
his.
should be looking, not BCP.
That's right. That's true.
Absolutely.
Dave's running his Exiles. So this was. So what happened? Did you guys Andrew? Did you grudge Dave, or did you guys just play randomly that time when you guys played?
Nah, that was a random.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah. So this was grudging. He wanted to try and get an Old World Fanatics head. Anyway, so I sort of talked about this last week because obviously you were going to play by then, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Because so basically his list. I'll run left to right quickly on mine. I've basically got 3, and not everything's in vision here, but I've got 3 pigs, like 1 out on the left, 2 out on the right, and then my harpies around my herdstone with my flying Voltide, the usual flying Voltide guy. We've got a baggage train in the back, 28 gore with my shaman level 4 elementalism. My Shaggoth, the big Shaggoth, 4 dragon ogres with great weapons, and I think that's it. Oh, and sorry, I shouldn't say that's it. There's also a ambushing primal warherd hanging somewhere, but obviously ambushing. Now, this was going to be King of the Hill, so you basically get 100 victory points on your own turn if you hold the middle, like within 9 inches of it with core or infantry. But it's also baggage train as well, so you can go and kill or keep your own baggage train, and then obviously plus I've got the herdstone. So Dave's list, I'm not going to read it out because I don't even have it in front of me. Basically, he's got like 2 units of peasant bowmen skirmishers. He's got 2 units of yeomen, which are pretty cool. You don't really the yeomen like riders that you see them a lot. There's a level 3.
Yeah, I've used them once in the very first game of the old world.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never used them again.
And then he's got 2 fairly big. He's got definitely 1 big yeoman block with that double champ thing in there, and he's got like you have to tell me exactly what it was, Dave, but it's like that little he's got a little hero guy in there as well, which is that guy on the right there. You can see him there. So there's like 3 characters in that, or 3 challengeable things in that unit as well. Obviously, it's got a load of static combat res and all that. And then he's got another block of like, I don't think it was 20, it might have been 25 or something like that out the back here. 2 bombards, which you can barely see. Oh, actually, one's there, one's over on the right. And then he's got his, not a massive unit, but it is when you got 2 heroes in it. He's got his 3 peg knights with the normal baron who's just slices everyone up with the frontier axe, and then the BSB type guy with the exile. Sorry, is it the exile banner, which is the one that gives you the extra movement? The D3 banner, whichever one it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the general one, the rampaging.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
So they're 21 inches, and so my strategy before we start, I think I talked about on the pod was, I mean, obviously if I can Voltite off or damage that peg knight unit and then get pigs or something or into those cannons, the rest of it I can probably deal with, but it's those ones. And as a result, I was trying to this is where I probably was, when you overthink yourself, and I I was trying to get I was waiting to put the pigs down to try to find out where he was going to put his bombards. And as a result, I ended up putting a lot of my other stuff, which then made him put the peg knights across from the people I don't want them across from, which is my dragon ogres. So already I was like, I should have just like whacked. With ambushing, I just didn't have many drops until he had a lot more drops to be able to like just wait to see. So I feel like I totally lost on deployment here, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And then I guess I'm not going to go through every turn for sure. So don't worry, guys. I'm taking a long time. Took a few pictures and then we started. So then I got turn 1, which is cool. I think I got turn 1 on every game, which is.
Wait, did he pray?
No, he's exiles.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, yeah, okay. For some reason, I thought he was Aaron. Oh, it's because of the comment he made. Crusade off.
Is he crackling, or is it just me? And can the listeners hear crackling? That's more what I'm worried about.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Is
that better?
Let us know, guys, if you can hear crackling. It's not all the time, so it's not annoying. Oh, look at the great Pash Hammer. He's in the chat. The UK master himself.
Oh, he's running Exiles. Yeah.
Anyway, he's running Exiles.
I think this comment made me confused because he said Crusade off, and then I was like, oh, he's running Crusade. Anyway.
Oh, okay. So I got turn 1, which is cool because then obviously I can drop my chalice, stop the bombards. And this is sort of what I feared with his list is, although I've got cool tools to take on the bombards with those pigs, he had so many units, like all those skirmishers, and he had them like they're actually the one over here on the right's the only one I can really try to get to. I'll put 2 over there just to go at it, plus to just start the process of hopefully delaying his peg knights for a turn in terms of just letting them charge one of them or whatever, just try and keep back because I was not going to get in. I was trying to avoid 21-inch range. And the strategy, the only thing I've got up my sleeve, I feel, is I have technically 2 flying Voltides because I've got the main guy with fly 8 and then my general does have fly. Like I got the fly spell. So I thought, okay, well, if things work out and the magic works out, I might better like pop 2 of them out there and, do some damage. You never know. That was the plan. So then magic phase came around and I could actually reach with my flying guy because this was also 14 inches up, wasn't it, Andrew? It was actually quite further up.
Yeah.
So I've got the demonologist, but I can actually cast the fly on my other guy who's also out of the unit already, and try fly up and do a Voltite almost turn 1, which is really cool. So I was going to go for that. And then I rolled a miscast on that spell. I rolled a 10 and lost all my magic for turn 1. I was like, cool. Cool.
I was looking at the dice, I'm like, that's not a miscast.
That's the result of the miscast. And you know how they changed the FAQ where I think it's 8 and 9 doesn't stop. It only stops the 1 wizard. But the 10, 12 definitely stops everything. So Beastman didn't get to cast any spells. The only one I got off before that was my reserve move because I was in preparation to fly up, fly back, but it didn't come to fruition. It's just a shame. So I didn't do a whole lot in turn one. I think I just started to move some of the pigs and then get behind the hill here to score the 100 points. But I am playing cagey on that ride. I'm trying to stay out of the 20.
Go back. Was that the first lot of
how many?
Yeah, yes, that's the first spears arriving from Andrew. There you go.
Andrew delivering the goods.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just pushed the pigs out. This one I'm keeping out of 6 inches, like panic ranges and stuff, and just hoping that he at least takes one of them to slow him up for a turn. That was it. And hopefully I get a second turn at him because there's no way I'm going to Voltite him off. But if I can do some damage, it makes me feel a bit better. And of course, good old Dave goes in, take it off. And then, he just blocked my other pig with his movement. You can see he's obviously gone on the hill now. He's scored his 100 points. And his other wizards and stuff. Oh, no, his wizards are behind there. That's right. Wizards in the little yeoman block behind the big yeoman, the foot yeoman or whatever they're called. And he's stopping my pig getting into his bombards. But obviously he couldn't shoot them and everything this turn, so that was fine.
Yeah.
Loving all the crotch shots. Love it. And then my turn 2 comes out, and this is my shot, I guess. So I did poor Dave, I'm like trying to work out what the fuck. How do you avoid like a 21-inch when he's halfway across the board, 21-inch charges, and you've got like 3 juicy targets? Like it's like you can only back up and do so much. So I just went. I pushed the Dragon Ogres out of there in a way that I went, okay, I'm going to shove. I'll have to just shove the Shaggoth in there. Hopefully he can not. I mean, I'm assuming he'll just get wiped, but if not, if he takes an overrun, maybe I can countercharge. If he doesn't, maybe I can still charge them. But at the same time, I'm going to punch both of my guys out and at least try and get, because he's in range now pretty much. I can try and Voltide. And then you can see here, I can't remember, Dave will have to correct me if he wants to on the thing. I either didn't get one off and or he dispelled my other Wind Blast. Because what I wanted to do is Voltide and one Wind Blast would have pushed those dudes. We never got to measure this because it didn't happen. But I'm pretty sure it was like, because he skirmishes, it's a bit hard to measure it. But I think it might have pushed him out of 21 inches. It was right on. Like I was like, oh. Yeah. And I even said, like, let me just cast spells and we'll work it out later, like once we push it back. But I can't remember which one of these, but one was dispelled and one I just failed to cast. And I was like, even with the power scroll, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So turn 2, I haven't killed anything. And he's just sitting there with his pegs, all of them. I'm like, this is not going how Trav told him to do.
The master plan isn't working.
And it's just like, oh, bloody hell. You can see here my Gauze Muster, they came on my Primal Warherd on turn 2. So at least I've got something in the back that I can at least start taking out bombards or doing something. But hey, that's what you got to do. So that was fun. Yeah, the MR2 does help. But I did, I think I mostly, after this, I think I was, I think I did cast one, I'm pretty sure. And it was just, he got the dispel off. So I guess the MR2 does obviously help. But I got a +4 to cast here. It's like, fucking hell, come on, Colin. But yeah. So then he proceeds to get Plague of Rust up on my guy, and then he goes in. Okay, so this is the bit I want to have a bit of a chat about because it was really cool play by him. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, but I'll do it anyway, and then we'll work it out. If I go back here, my wizard. So these guys had I've obviously missed a few. I've probably missed a turn here, but basically what happens is he kills my Shaggoth, I think, and then he charges. By then my flying guy is up next to this unit here, and over on this side, my pig's on that side. And I put him up there to try and just go, well, if you're going to charge him, I might go flee and all that sort of stuff and bump, like get away. But then I forgot the rule, which I think's the rule's right. It's fine, is if he's fleeing now and if he gets hit with any other charging unit, he'll die. And this yeoman unit had charged my pig. And then we went, oh, hang on. Okay, well, he's going to die. So we just went, oh, he was about to die. And then luckily Dave's a champ and he's like, oh, fuck, hang on. Maybe he doesn't because these guys are skirmishers. They're charging the pig. Even though my guy's in the way, they have to like one at a time rank up on the pig. So therefore they don't bump into the guy because they only get to like 3 and then they go 3 at the back. Yeah. So my guy survived. I think we got that right, but we ended up with like 2 TOs to work out the specifics because it wasn't like game breaking, but it is. I'm like losing everything here. I'm like, I need to keep this wizard alive. I'd love to keep him alive. So that was a bit of a
sounds like you played that right, I reckon.
Yeah, but it was
That makes sense.
But at the same time, I was like, do I flee knowing that it's probably going to get killed or not? I was like, anyway, so that was cool. So we did that. At some point, I do another miscast, which is cool. So fun. I was just getting nothing off. It's just like so just things may get better or they may not. But by end of game 2, I'd cast 1 Volatile.
Sounding impending. Yeah, I'm a bit worried where this game is going.
Just a bit, just a little bit. Just for those playing Wild Herd, you got your +4 to cast.
Yeah,
2 Volatiles.
Not getting much work out of these
games. So it's fun. But rolling double 1s, man, I'm good.
Then you have just Peg Knights on the loose, just in the middle of the board.
So Shaggoth's gone. And then I don't know if I've even got the picture. He obviously goes into the Dragon Ogres. The cool thing is here, I did, because he's got Yeoman on the hill was sitting there, I just went, well, YOLO. I put my general back in I didn't put him in the unit, but I charged him in. And I can't remember if Dave did this.
Great.
Dave did this.
Heroic.
I'm pretty sure Dave challenged with his Sergeant at Arms. And then I went, oh, fuck, cool. Accept, because now I'm in a challenge because his Peg Knights are hanging out here. This is after we killed the Shaggoth. And at least I thought the best thing I can do is be stuck in a challenge because at least he can't get me with his Peg Knights at least. So it's like, this is cool. I think we proceeded to pillow fight for a little bit, which is kind of fun.
It's an ideal situation.
Yeah, like as much as I didn't realize these Gauls would do a whole lot, they weren't too bad when you get like, that +1 strength and all that crap off AP on them and stuff. So that was cool. And I think I might have rolled Primal Fury on at one point and doubled it. I don't know if it was in this game, but yeah, anyway, this big block of Gauls was against his even bigger block of Yeoman Guards. So they weren't doing a whole lot. I think I was winning combat, but they just gave ground. And over the course of what happened in the next few turns, if I can go through, I don't even know if I took pictures. Oh, there you go. I actually beat them, which is really cool. So what happened here? Yeah. So that little pig that ran around the side, he went basically on a bit of a hunt to try and take out the wizard. And I think they ran off the board. So then he turned around and I got, because we were stuck in combat so long, I got my rear charge with the pig. So with the impact hits and the pig, it just did enough. And by then his BSB was out of range and he rolled an 11 or something on his break test. Right. And he ran and I ran him down. So I was like, awesome. I at least got the hill and didn't lose that unit. But my poor flying shaman never rallied and then got charged off the board. And I lost him. And then obviously you can see here, this was not going to be long. I will admit one hung around and one fled and got away, and Dave elected not to chase him and went and got my herdstone instead and stuff for the points. Ooh. So so I don't know if that was gracious or not, but that's basically where we ended up. He basically got around my baggage train. I think he took the herdstone because it was worth more, and then
the baggage train.
Then the baggage train.
Was it 250 or was that the next round? The back because I remember it was 250 in one round, but maybe that's the next one. So that's where you move it or something, so it gets worth more. Anyway, sorry, you keep going.
You're probably right, but I think you have to stay for. I can't remember, man.
Just stay for a turn.
I think if you moved it into their deployment zone, you got an extra 100 points or something.
Oh, both rounds is 250.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what he did of why he didn't take it. I think it's because he took the Ungals, wiped them as well, and then took that. I don't know. Maybe it was just you have to ask him. But yeah, I think he just wanted to kill things, which is fair enough too. I respect that. So he just
I respect it.
I was just, man, I was lost after those first three. I was like, let's bring on the beer because I was like, I don't know what to do with these pegs when I'm not getting my Voltite off. I don't really have a lot of answers, but I was very happy to get that middle bit because it was a 12-8 loss. So in that regard, I was like, it didn't feel like as bad as, like, if he hadn't run in the middle, that would have been just an ass whooping. But because I was able to like claim all that and kill that unit and stuff, I was like,
being a closer outcome than I thought it would be. Actually, but I guess you're taking the middle.
Yeah, so
getting that big block off.
It was good. And Dave, if he's there, he did charm shield. What was that? I can't remember what it was. But I think it was my shaman killing that bloody sergeant of arms. He charm shield the first time.
Oh, the sergeant had a charm shield.
I think it was. It was one of those.
The sergeant doing with a charm shield. He has
that's why they were just.
It's not a Praetorian way. Arming your peasants. They don't deserve.
The shaman got him in the end. The shamans are pretty good. They've only got 2 attacks, but when you get the extra attack from the spell, and they've got a great weapon and all that, then they're very tanky. They're like tough 5.
Okay.
You know.
Sounds like you didn't have enough time in the game to actually destroy the Turkish train. How many points
that's what
did
it
you
was.
get?
Yeah, that's what.
How many points did you get from the hill? So like when you took it, like what turn was that?
Oh, I think we evened it out. It was 300 each. We both had it once on our turns or something.
Yeah. No, I think I thought that was going to be a much worse outcome there in terms of points.
I was poor Dave, because I was probably like I say this to Andrew as well. This is how I go on game 1 when you've driven down from Newcastle. It's like your brain's just not working. So you're making like these, like you don't even know how the rules work, even though you do. You're making
your first ever game.
Dave for like just leading me along with a walking stick for game 1 because you're just like, what do I have to do with that again? Oh yeah, that's right. It was funny, but no, it was really good. I was quite happy with at least getting not an ass kicking after those first 2 turns. Turn 1 went quick because miscasting turn 1 and you don't have any shooting or combat. It was pretty much over. Anyway, that was my game 1 for 5 hours of me talking. Sorry about that. But
so that was 20 minutes for that first game, guys.
Cool. Awesome.
We're cracking through these, aren't we?
We'll try.
Go for it. All right, keep going.
All right, we're at the stage. All right, let me know if you can see this. I'm going to go in and hit slideshow. Come on, load up, baby.
Oh, did you prepare? Oh, okay, cool, awesome.
All right, you can see that's bigger.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right. Oh, this is beautiful.
This is me versus John, Endless Dark, who is in our lovely audience today. So John, it was his turn to play between him and Michael, obviously doing tit for tat, alternate sort of rounds because they obviously put these events on. As everyone probably knows, again, as Gommo said, you can check the list out. I'll just go through extremely quickly, watered down version. I've got 2 Iron Demons. I'm running a general on the Baal Taurus, I can't even think of his name. It's the wizard guy, the level 3. I've got a Black Orc on a Wyvern. I'm running a giant brick of Black Orcs with the big red raggedy flag, 20 of those. I'm running, I think it's 28 Hobgoblins with shields and light armor, and 2 units of 16, I think it was, Hobgoblins, bare naked with shooty short bows. So you can't see the Wyvern on here. I think it was down bottom left, maybe hiding somewhere. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see him soon. So John was running a very nice Cathay list, a nice watered down Cathay list, as much as you could probably water it down. So he only had the single balloon, which is quite gracious of him. He was running 2 cannons with ogre loaders. He's running the Sentinel. Don't even know. Was it the Granite Sentinel?
Granite Sentinel.
Yeah, sweet. He's running
anti-melting wounds.
Immune.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sweet. 25, I think, Jade Warriors with the no Stompy banner. He's got Miao Ying. He has what are the little dragony boys called again? I forget.
Shigengen. He had a Shigengen general.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Out of Shigengen, and 2 units of 6 Jade Lancers who were in ambush. MVPs, those guys. They went really well. So we deployed, pretty center heavy, going for like all the infantry and everything in the middle, going for the objective on the hill. This is in first turn. So I think I hit almost. Oh, that's right. Sorry, my wyvern's off to the right, and my Baltor is off to the left, hiding behind stuff just because of his 2 cannons. Because I wasn't too sure who was going to go first, and I just did not want to get shot off by cannons straight up. But John ended up getting first turn, I believe. So he's done a bunch of shooting at me. I think he took off a bunch of. He might have corrected me on this. I think it was a bunch of Black Orcs, and then he moved back behind the hill. I believe that's how it went. Basically, he sent his Jade Warriors and his Terracotta Sentinel straight into the center objective, and then I was moving up with all my infantry. So this is a little bit later on.
Did he double shot that turn, or was he like using that sort of throughout the game?
He did double shoot. I think it was first or second turn. He was shooting my Iron Demon off to the right. You can see it's missing a bunch of wounds there. He did pretty good with a lot of his shooting, actually. I think he missed a couple and got like a couple of misfires here and there, but nothing too crazy. So it was semi-reliable shooting, which did really smash my Iron Demons up. But yeah, he didn't get everything through, obviously. And then you can see, on my right, I sent my Wyvern up. I was originally first going to be trying to chase down his cannon, but obviously you'll see that he went back towards the center. So what is done here, which is a pretty smart move, so I have my Black Orcs going straight for the hill in the center, and he knew that, so he's like, he did a little baity with me with his balloon, as you can see, right in the center of my, only three inches or something from my Black Orcs. And then I thought about it, and then I'm like, he's just going to flee, which he was planning on. So I just said, I'm just going to basically, sit back and shoot. I'm not going to sort of like take that bait. And then also I was really trying to get into his terracotta, the Sentinel. I was going to say warrior. Who was right in the center supporting his big brick of Jade Warriors that were on the objective. So he got the objective first, 100 points. And I'm like, if I don't get onto this objective pretty soon, I'm in trouble. But the problem with that is obviously left and right of his big brick in the center, obviously he's got Miao Ying 2 inches to his right, and he's got his Sentinel, 3 millimeters to his left. So whatever I send up is going to get into a bit of trouble. So I thought I need to get into, try and get into these things with what I can. So what I ended up doing is I ended up shooting his balloon off, which got a little bit lucky. So I think it was turn 2. This is about turn 2, and I shot his balloon off because that thing was, it was going to town on my Black Orcs. And you can see there, obviously, I think he shot.
That's what I did to your Black Orcs last week with the balloon.
Yeah, I know. He shot the goblins too, so the goblins are like missing heaps. So yeah, they were just getting decimated. Like the balloon just decimates infantry. But I ended up getting in here too. So I was trying to get the Wyvern in. I was trying to get my Bale Taurus.
You're trying to triple into the Sentinel.
Yeah. I was trying to get everything into the Sentinel and then overrun into his Jade Warriors there. But unfortunately, not everything got in.
Did you throw the wire up as well?
I don't think I did at that point. I might have.
Did you reroll your what? Yeah. Has he got Warband? Or does he not, that one?
I don't think he's got Warband. But I definitely didn't re-roll it. I think I might have failed my wire as well. I forget. I'm sure John can help me out in this. And while he was doing all that, I don't know, they're going to come on pretty soon, but his 2 Jade Lancer units popped up down the bottom, left and right of my nice little help me out, guys. The Baggage train.
Oh, baggage train.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Trying to get my words together. And the only thing I've really got back there supporting them was that one hobgoblin unit. And they both came on at the same time. So I was just like,
Yeah, the hobgoblins aren't that terrifying.
Nah, not well.
They're good cannon fodder.
Okay. But they're not. Yeah, not against two. Not against
Not
two.
against, yeah. That's true.
But yeah, as you can see in the center, I'm in a little bit of trouble here because Miao Ying has got quite a few options on where she wants to go. Yep. So
That's what it was.
So yeah, as you can imagine, yes, all right. Miao Ying ended up getting in. I think I got the Sentinel down to maybe had like one wound left or something like that. And then pushed. I don't know if I think I might have got pushed back or something like that. And anyway, I ended up in combat, obviously with Miao Ying, with my general, who is definitely not the best person to be taking on Miao Ying. I lost a bunch of wounds. I lost combat, but I was stubborn. And then this is where we ended up. And then as you can see, the Black Orcs have got a pretty tasty charge onto Miao Ying here. So I've gone from being in shit position to a pretty good position.
Risky
yeah. And I lost one of my Iron Demons finally to shooting, I believe, at this point. Or no, the Sentinel, I think, killed it. Sorry. The Sentinel killed it. Sorry. And yeah, where are we? So off the left, you can see also I'm losing some wounds on the other Iron Demon. And his Shigengan Lord is sort of like throwing magic around and getting in some pretty good positions just to support whenever she's needed or he's needed. So yeah, this is the combat in the center. John's army was very nicely painted. But yeah, this is where we ended up. So basically we ended up triple charging, I think it was, or we got into the flank with Miao Ying. Miao Ying fled, and then both my Black Orc unit and my general got into his Jade Warriors, and then we're able to break just the 2-1 after combat. And then obviously we were able to push and caught the Jade Warriors. So that unit was taken off.
Massive.
Yeah. And then Miao Ying ended up changing form. I think I ended up getting the Wyvern possibly into Miao Ying. And then, yeah, he lost a bunch of wounds. He changed form, and this is probably pretty paramount. When he changed form, he only rolled a 1 for the additional wounds, which still left him just under half. So I was able to get some points there. So this is towards the end of the game. We only got up to turn 4. And then down the bottom of the screen, you can see I don't have any hobgoblins. I don't have a baggage
train.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah, so I took off a couple of Jade Lancers maybe, but yeah, I was getting smashed. But I thought I'm just going to sit on the hill. And then obviously for me, I thought I was in a pretty good position, except for these bloody cannons that we've just had open rain. And then, yeah, that's where we left it. So he ended up getting into my general, I believe. Yeah, he did. And I lost my general. I forget if he shot it off or he got the Shigengan in. John might have to help me out there. But it ended up being very, very close. And John was able to win because it was a draw, but he got the more victory points. So it was a draw, but he got more victory points than me. So he got a slide up, I suppose. Yeah. So yeah, I was able to take his baggage train and my general.
Yeah.
So that was 2, but it was a 10-10. And that's how it finished. So yeah, after this, it was John's a very good player, and for his list, I think he did really well because I think my list is actually, as a lot of people know, it's got a lot of toughness 7. So it is quite a tough nut to crack, and I think he did really well.
Get those like shots. If you don't kill one of those Iron Demons or something in the first turn or 2, like, bloody hell, 4 of these.
Yeah. So let's remove this. There we go.
Cool. My turn. Awesome.
Nice.
I will go on. So I went on to play. guess I've played these once, but Matthew, I haven't played this Matthew before. Sorry, I'll get his real name, full name, Matthew Purchase. He was playing Skaven Renegades, which I have not played yet. I don't believe Andrew's played Renegade Skaven against me yet. And the cool thing with this, I guess, like after the last game where I was like, I had a plan. You know, when you have a plan and then you're like, it sort of, still didn't work. When I saw his list, this is one of the lists I saw up. This and like Keith's list and stuff that had heaps of orc bodies and stuff. And I was like, I don't really have a lot of bodies, but I've got like infantry killers in Dragon Ogres and the Shaggoth. And so whenever I saw something like a list like this, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to go down one side of the board and just try and, eat one side and then just move up. That's sort of, and so when I saw his list, it had, I'm going to get half it wrong because I don't fully know what it does, but he's got 2 Grey Seers. Obviously one's a general. They got their one's got warpstone token things and 2 power scrolls. I think that's the general one. And he has Skaven Chieftain, and then 20 clan rats with a warp grind. So this is lucky because Andrew told me this last week, the warp grinder, which is the ambush one. 24 clan rats with a warp grinder, 28 clan rats with a rattling gun, 24 clan rats with a rattling gun, 4 rat swarms, and then 2 lots of 2 poison wing globities, 2 warp lightning cannons, and the doom wheel. Now I'll just say, if you are looking to get Skaven, I knew they were good, but until seeing him in the flesh, I didn't realize how good. The Highland miniatures are fucking phenomenal. Like, I wish I'd taken up.
I've seen renders of them, but I've never seen them in real life.
And I thought his entire army was either Games Workshop, or I knew some of them weren't.
Really?
Like the Doom Wheel looked a bit different, and I went, "Oh, is that the Highlands Doom Wheel?" And it's just like put together weird. And he went, "Yeah," like he's just put it all weird. I wish I'd taken some closer pictures of it.
I think everyone is actually starting to wish you took some photos.
Yeah, so
maybe you could put it on the gallery on all the rankings.
Yeah, I might hit him up.
Put it up on the gallery.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely they're pretty cool. Now, one thing about those warp grinders that Andrew didn't mention last week is they've also got Killing Blow, which isn't great against fucking Dragon Ogres and stuff, is it? So anyway, that's what it is. But all cool. So that's his list. But I actually thought it ended up, and the mission, here is baggage train, and you get to move your baggage train. It's like a drag along. And it's domination. And I reckon my list does pretty good in that because I've got 2 ambushes, so I can at least get 1 or 2 extra table quarters that someone's not in or something like that. And I want to move ahead and bash someone, so why not just attach the baggage train and just move forward? Now, I incorrectly attached it over here to my Dragon Ogres, and then I do move it in turn 2 because we realized, oh shit, it's supposed to be like infantry or scoring unit or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did move that, guys, so ignore that. But yeah, it was just from the deployment on this one, he ended up like I put my my Gore unit almost first, put him in the middle because I thought I can move my way through that river if I want, or that pond in the middle. Push my herdstone mostly up, and you can see that's half the board. We basically played on half the board because he ended up deploying a lot of his clan rats against me, and actually I liked because it was like a bunch of infantry in front of my Dragon Ogres. So I was like, cool, I'll take that. And then, but his warp lightning cannons are behind those little huts there, and yeah, they just zap. Like he told me this, like you roll the 8d6 or whatever it is, and they can just hit whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I told him I've got the chalice, which stops you shooting. And everyone, poor people, they always forget. Like I go first because I rolled the +1, which is cool, and then they start shooting it. You go, dude, you can't shoot it. Sorry. I feel bad, but you're like, no, you can't shoot it. And then they go, oh, okay. And then they start shooting their missile weapons, and you're like, yeah, that's out of range. Oh shit. That's a cool item. But anyway.
Yep. It's brought me out a few times.
Yeah. So on the left, those clan rats, so that's just his ambushing stuff. So I just basically had all my pigs on the left to try and get around as quick as possible and try and take this bloody these lightning cannons.
So they just shoot through the buildings.
They fucking go through everything.
That's insane.
Now, I'm telling you this in turn 1, right? Like before the game. I'm telling you this, right? You'll remember this, Josh, won't you? Will you remember in turn 3 that it does that? No, I don't remember in turn 3 because what happens later you'll see. Anyway, so
Okay,
I push hard on that left. He's got bloody rat swarms too, which they're cool. 5 wounds and 20 wounds to get through, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my usual turn 1 miscast one of my guys. Like at this time, I didn't.
Traditional
it didn't really
turn 1
much,
miscast.
Fucking hell, yeah. But at least I think it was even one of the ones where you actually still got the spell off. But I was like, fuck's sake, can I stop rolling double ones on this damn bloody wizard? So yeah, I sent my harpies and 3 of these guys. I got to get rid of this artillery. They really probably didn't have a whole lot else to do anyway, because like I'm happy to get in combat with the infantry, so I don't want to slow that up. I do probably wish I probably had, a pig over there for the doom wheel, but my plan was to just try zap it off with my boltite or something, because I could fly, because I can fly 8. That's what I was probably trying to do there, to be honest, and then miscast. And then so I just pushed up, and then cool, he miscasted his first turn as well. They blew a shit ton of his own rats up. So I was like, cool, okay, that's fun. 1 for 1.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. He gets a pillar up in front of me. That's probably, there wasn't a whole lot. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you can see his doom wheel zooms up as quick as he does, and then I also dispel. He tried Arcane Urgency to get it round. I really, because he moved it up and he didn't roll. He rolled pretty far actually, but he was in my Dragon Ogre charge arc. And then he went for Arcane Urgency.
Right.
He went for Arcane Urgency. He tried his tokens and everything, and I was actually a bit like, oh shit, he might get this and he'll zap past me. Now I'm a bit fucked. It's got no chaff out there and stuff, so I'm like, oh, that's gonna be bloody annoying. But I ended up getting it, which is cool. So yeah. Really like the flexible battle plans from Entropy. Just fly and boltide. Yeah, pretty much. I basically get the charge there, kill his guy, his doom wheel, pivot round. He gets his warp grinder ambush guy comes on here, and that's when I find out he's got killing blow. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. He ends up killing blow one of them, which is pretty cool for him. Like took out Dragon Ogre, which is cool. But it's a little annoying. I wanted to try. Against this, I really wanted to keep the Dragon Ogre and the Shaggoth together and use that spell to do the extra attacks, but I could not take that charge, so I had to take it. So now they're split up, and then he pushed his little unit of clan rats here into the middle. He tagged my He took it for like half a turn, like stop me having it. It's a bit annoying, and this is where I'm a bit dumb here. So I moved my flying dude just a little bit over to get some shots off away from my not even away. They're just out of the unit. He can't actually target them technically, if they're within the 3, I think, but if they're outside they can just get zapped through anything. And I moved
doesn't count as a unit, unfortunately.
And like I'm looking at it going, well, you're so used to it blocking line of sight, like the herdstone. It's a huge thing, and I'm just like, I'll go over here, I'll shoot out that way.
And it breaks the core rule of the game.
So he comes around to his turn, and he measured it up, and he's like, it's pretty far. It was like 28 or something inches. He rolled 28 on his dice and zapped my fucking flying shaman off.
At what point did you realize?
This is why I didn't cast any Voltides this game,
by the way.
Oh, so just that one.
So when you moved him out,
that was my turn
the turn before, and then the following turn he comes over with his ruler, and you're like, "What are you measuring?" Is that,
is that
sort of how the sequence played out?
Sort of. And then I'm like,
"What are you doing?"
Oh no! And I said, "You told me that. You told me that right at the beginning." And you've got 2 impassbles. I can't even see the cannons when I'm sitting down. And it's like, Jesus,
they're hidden well. Yeah, you forget they're
Yeah.
And anyway, so he only had his 1 Voltite off, which I don't even know what he did with it. And that's why I was like, are you kidding? Actually, he might not have even got a Voltite. This is probably this guy who ended up getting some off. But so on this side, though, a little bit better. The Dragon Ogres go in there into that big unit. This is sort of like what happened to you, Josh, and you were on the good end of it. When you go in and you lose all your initiative, and this screwed him up. He he doesn't get any ranks because he's disrupted in the forest. So that helped heaps. Yeah. So got in there. I did lose my initiative. I can't remember what that was for. But then it got a bit dicey because I was wiped that unit down, but it didn't flee. It just it just ended up following up. And then he turned this other unit of Skaven rats around, and then I went in. I can't remember which one, but the Shaggoth went into the big unit, whatever. And then by then the ambushes had come up, and I'm like, oh crap! Now this Shaggoth is surrounded by 3 units. I'm like, I don't know if he can survive this. But
what a rats!
Yeah, and then he goes in. By then my Dragon Ogres did kill them. My Harpies had come round. I've killed. By the way, by now I have killed his. My guys have delivered. The little pigs do what they need to do. They did get through the swarm eventually, and then got into one rattling. And then got into the next one. By the way, I moved my dragon, my gore unit just left to the right. They just shuffled to the right just to tag back onto. I'm keeping my herdstone. Damn it! I think at this point I'd almost given up moving through the day. I realized even though they're open order, they go through and they still have to take the dangerous terrain. Is that right? Oh, because this is dangerous, not difficult. And you're still rolling the ones.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, I was going to TMP him across because I've got that, but I think I did that later. He actually held on, I believe. I thought he wasn't going to, but he held on, and then the Dragon Ogre's coming. Yeah, the Shaggoth, sorry. And then the Dragon Ogre's come in the back of that big unit with his general. And then just wiped them. And by then, that unit got wiped as well. And I think what happened is I kept my Primal Warherd in one quarter, and then I think I just kept my baggage train. And so my Ungors to his baggage train. That's what happened. Yeah. So I killed his baggage train. I didn't get my baggage train in his one. I just left it, but I kept it, kept the herdstone. And he only had that little unit of clan rats left after that at the bottom of 6 or top of 6, whichever way it was. So it ended up falling apart pretty in the last couple of turns. The Dragon Ogres and the Shaggoth definitely did the heavy lifting there against the infantry, which is obviously this list against that was that's what it can do, I guess. That was good. It was
fighting in a forest,
but it was a bit worrying. This scene here, wherever it was, I was like, maybe I've become a bit too overconfident.
It's just
you sort of forget how fast
really
rats and infantry can still move. They zap right up and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought my Dragon Ogres might have already killed that unit by now, but they hadn't, and they had a whole nother turn. I was like, oh no, this might not work. But it ended up being it. So it was a pretty big win. I thought it was a 19-1 when we worked it out because he goes, it's a 20, and I went, nah, it's 19-1, I think. But I got scored as a 17-3, so I don't know what happened there, which it could be true. We probably screwed it up, but just, FYI. I don't know what happened. I looked at the results later and went, I thought we did 19-1. But anyway, all good. That was all fun.
Wait, was this a app submission thing, or were you sending it in? Or
it was paper.
A different number? Oh, it's on paper.
I don't know. I only just found it out before the podcast. So it's win-loss draw anyway, really. It doesn't overly matter. Yeah.
It's still coming to terms with there.
All right. My turn? All right, sweet. All right, so my second game is against Lee. I used to play him quite a bit in 9th Age, actually. So he was kicking around that scene. I think he said he plays a bit of 8th, bit of 9th Age still, and a bit of Old World. For some reason, I don't know what's going on in this slideshow, but they were zoomed out, and now it's zoomed back in. So apologies for that. I'll see if I can. I'll go through his army and then I'll go back in. So anyway, this is first turn. I think. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I did get first turn, pretty sure. But I'll go through his army really, really quick. So he's running Wood Elves, and before I get into it too much, his army unfortunately was not really equipped to deal with my army in any way, shape, or form, just because of the toughness 7. He's got a lot of strength 3 shooting, and he's kind of got an army that just dances around and shoots. But unfortunately, just his shooting just really struggles to like win, that toughness 7. But yeah, so left to right, just having a little cursor here. So he had 5 war dancers behind this building here. He had an eagle, which you can't see. In the front here, he had Glade Guard with his, I think it was level 3 or level 4 mage. I think that was his general, actually. But I'm not 100%. He had a bunch of...
general.
Sorry?
The Ancient, I think, looking at his list, the Ancient.
Okay,
yeah.
Yep.
He had 8 Dryads. He had Deepwood Scouts? When you have like 10 of them. He had 2 units of 5, and he kind of castled up in the corner as well.
It's very defensive, sort of static deployment almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
Castling Wood Elf deployment I've ever seen.
Nah, it was a bit strange because he kind of didn't really have much room to move. Where I was like, maybe if he deployed across, he could have tried to dance around a lot more.
Try to get in behind and get around you. I think.
Which to me is the way sort of like you sort of play Wood Elves. But I think maybe he just didn't know.
Just
how
saw
to
your
deal
Armored Demons, saw your tough 7, and it's like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out. Sorry. So he had a forest in the corner. And then in the forest he had 2 units of 5 war dancers. In behind them, he was running a huge brick of 6 Warhawk riders. He had 2 treemen. He had the character and the just the standard treeman that you get. He had, I think it was 8 Glade riders and another eagle. So that was his list. Sorry, I'll pop back into slideshow. Hopefully. Yeah, so turn 1, I pushed up quite aggressively with everything. It was table quarters as well as obviously the baggage train, which you can move. I had both my units of hobgoblins in my bottom left and bottom right, which were basically going to hold those 2 table quarters. And for some reason, I didn't think very well, but I decided to put my Black Orcs and Hobgoblins together to push into just his defensive corner rather than maybe splitting them and trying to get all 4 quarters. Yeah. So we'll get into that later.
Sure.
So, anyway, on his left, he had 1 unit of, and he had so many drops as well. I ended up sort of like having my Iron Demon just sitting out, not doing a hell of a lot on my left. So I kind of thought he was going to spread out a bit more, but he didn't.
Was that one of the first units you deployed? Like, was it out there?
Yeah, they were sort of
realized he was just going to go in the corner there.
Yeah, I didn't really realize. I thought he was going to spread out a lot more, but I kind of wanted to see where a few things were going before I put my big bricks of infantry down. So I did drop my one of those Iron Demons off to the left, and then unfortunately he started going to the right. And both my characters were actually to my left as well. So you can see here they're actually trying to beeline it over.
Okay, so they were over.
Yeah,
you would have
they
deployed
were
them last though, right?
Sorry,
but you would have deployed them at the end of your deployment.
Yeah, but I just sort of like I wanted them a little bit out of the way of getting shot and magic. Not that I was too worried about getting shot.
Yeah, right.
But I just thought, I'll just put them here in the middle, and then I was hoping they could move up a little bit further than what they did. But it was only 1 turn of movement, so it wasn't sort of the end of the world. But anyway, so my characters they went up, and I pushed my Iron Demons up, and then all the infantry was just sort of like, doing what they do and slowly moving up behind them. This is another shot of turn 1. Oh, yeah, I'll also say as well. So, because Lee doesn't play a lot, it's no fault to him. It's just sort of like a bit new. He was just checking a lot of rules and stuff. So, it ended up being, I think we got 3 turns out, and it was like 20 minutes to go. So, we ended up just playing like a few critical combats out, and then we got sort of like a couple more turns out. Just because... I don't. It's one of those things. Like if someone's a new player, you sort of like remind them to be cognizant of time. But if they're still looking up rules and things, like it's just one of those things. Like if someone's a new player, it's like, you can't be too pushy, I don't think. So that's sort of like where we ended up, but it didn't really affect the result at the end because we played out a few critical combats, which changed things. So what's happened here is obviously I'm pushing up. He's brought both of his War Dancer units in front of his forest with the treemen down towards me, and he brought his dryads down, and everything sort of like just sat back just for the moment. I was shooting off to the right, the very far right War Dancer unit. I got that down. I think I took 2 of them off before they got to my goblins, but put my goblins really wide so they were able to take that War Dancer unit off just from shooting and actually combat. I think he might have only got 2 in combat in the end. And the other thing he did, as well, the War Dancer unit that was off, that my Iron Demon was chasing, actually ran off. So you can see that Iron Demon on my left was just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. And he ended up just he was just trying to shoot that eagle, the one in the middle. That's about all he could do, just because they're so slow. So, and because it's table quarters, I didn't want to obviously move my hobgoblins up on the bottom left because they were just sitting there holding that table quarter. The other thing he did, he was trying to get his treemen and his Warhawk riders into my Iron Demon on the right got into one of his War Dancer units and took that off. And then in his turn, he ended up sending in his Warhawk rider unit and his treeman into my Iron Demon. But the treeman didn't make it and the Warhawk riders did. And unfortunately, I didn't realize how poor Warhawk riders really do in combat. They got like no save whatsoever, and they just
classic.
They died pretty quickly. I was able to get. You can see my Black Orcs there. I was able to get a charge off with them, and then that took out that Warhawk rider unit, like at the end of it.
Oh, right.
So I took up maybe
it's a decent charge for that unit.
Sorry.
It's a decent charge, like the length.
Yeah, it was. I think I needed an 11 or something like. No, it wasn't 11. No, it was a 10. Yeah, it was. I needed a 6. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I had a movement buff. I might have got that up. So it might have been a 5. But yeah, something like that. No, not the War. There's one of my spells.
No character. Yeah, okay.
The +1 movement.
Demonology one, yeah.
Yeah. So it might have been that, or I needed a 6, but they're able to get in. So I was a bit lucky there. So the Dryads got taken out as well in the center. You can see that. And basically, because I'm up with my 2 characters right now in his, where, smack bang in the middle of his little castle area, he was just trying to mitigate and he was sort of like moving stuff back. He had TMP as well, was TMPing stuff around. But you can see, it's still turn 2 at the moment. And then this is actually pretty late in the game. This is turn 3. Basically what happened is top right, you can't see this, but my characters, I was able to get them into his Glade Rider unit. I took that off. I took off his scouts as well, took that unit off, and his wizard just kept, or his mage or sorcerer kept just jumping out and obviously getting away. So I just didn't want to chase them down. It just seemed like it was going to be hard to catch them, where else there was so many more juicy targets. The only thing I didn't do is probably, I don't know, I didn't really think about it. I did. You can see my beer there. It's probably about my 5th beer. I didn't really think about the baggage train, if it was worth going for that, for the points, or just keep going for other bits and pieces around. But yeah, we ended up getting, so that Black Orc unit and the Iron Demon got into one of the Treeman units, and I think I ended up getting it was either the Wyvern or there we go. Yeah, it was the Wyvern got into his other Treeman. So that's sort of like where we ended up. And then we just played those combats out just because we were running out of time. And then that's sort of like where we just called it.
Did you kill the Treeman then with the Black Orc?
Yeah. We quick because it was only like turn 3, so it was just like We had like 5 minutes
That's
left.
pretty crazy how much you've killed in 3 turns.
Yeah.
And they're wood elves, like your chaos, like your dwarves who can't really move very fast, and you're like across the board.
Yeah.
Most of his army. Like, wow.
You say dwarves, but I don't have too many dwarves.
Castle in the corner, running at them across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I actually had dwarves, they wouldn't be anywhere.
But true.
No,
there isn't something.
It helps when you've got flying friggin' orcs and the other dudes.
Yeah, all the other stuff. So I was able to get those off. So this is the next game. So yeah, at the end of it, I think I got 2 table quarters. The other one was contested, as you can see, I believe, or maybe I got this table quarter, I forget. But yeah, he didn't actually get anything in my army, so it ended up being, and I didn't get his baggage train in the end. So it ended up being I think it was a 15-5 or something like that. But yeah, Lee's a great opponent. He's just like, he's a really nice guy. He's just obviously still, learning the game. So hopefully we'll see him come to a few more. And yeah, definitely a bit of a learning curve, the old wood elves, and definitely old world in general.
It's a tough one though, with that much tough than 7.
Real tough matchup.
Deal with it half the time.
Yeah. So
yeah. Cool. I'll quickly do the patron shout out and stuff for half time. And then we'll just finish off our last games, people, and then we'll get on to some questions and all that sort of stuff. Cool. So these awesome patrons help us turn up every week and do help support the show financially and all the other costs. So big thank you guys to the 60 or so paid patrons, which is really cool. We got a new one with Daniel Alambi. So big thank you. Cool. For joining the 2D6 Battle Report tier, which is really cool. Mark Hurwitz, who was also at, actually a bunch of these guys were at Western Sydney this week. Shabizmus, Amble of Doom, Western Sydney Wargamers, obviously. Feud owner, Nicholas Carew, Vinny, Louis Spagnaro, McCallan, the great Bray Sharman. There was lots of Bray Sharmans running around. King Pash, UK Master, Tom Pickard, not Matt, Jess Tools, Adam Lamb, The Orange Juicer, Maddie, Firebird 7137, Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hinton, The Old Warrior, Silver Dave, Sporadic Sanity, Mark, Nick, Chris Bowler, Drunkhummer Nate, Ben Shooter Louis, Benoit, Cam the Dentist, I thought I saw him there, James McCullen, William Fallon, Tommy Coolin, Jay McBride, Flatworld's Edge, Jelly, Hero of the Old World, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Perfidy, Griff, Jess Tors, Wood Duck, Josh Griffiths, Nunanoem, Daniel Broadstock, and Elliot Mitchum, Gilthos Draconos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, Robert Z, Business of the Week, Johnson's Monolith Pottery. Like it.
He obviously listens.
Yeah. OG World and Bobby Gherkiny. Bobby Gherkiny here with a little pose.
Very special little title there.
Which go watch Dan Fox games on YouTube for the second best old world battle reports and Todd Lloyd the OG. Love it. Big thank you guys. Those last few really, yeah. You really want to. I can't wait to turn the page on this to see what they write. It's cool. I really feel bad. Is Bobby on? Because
he was on earlier, yeah.
He was on earlier.
I didn't get a chance. I don't know. It was so busy. I didn't even go look at his army.
He got it
done. He got it done, even though he only started painting it like
last
week,
like 2 hours before or something.
Yeah. You get in there and it's just bang, bang, bang. It's
Yeah. I didn't even look around at hardly any armies. So it's a bit sad. Anyway, I've lost the window now to bring up my other one. Sorry, guys. I went over there. There we go.
He's there.
Oh, he's there? Yeah. Yeah, no, I just didn't even go check out his army. Throw some picks up on Old World Rankings there, Gherkin. So anyway, cool. Let's go. Game 3. I am playing. This is pretty it's a bit bad on my part. I'm playing. Sorry, I've clicked the other list here. Let's just find it. So I was playing Jeff Hansen, and it wasn't till the end, close to the end, that I realized it's actually Jeff from Panda Wargaming. I didn't realize that was the Jeff from Panda Wargaming, who is actually going to support the show coming up. So we will sort that out and sponsor the show. So big thank you to Panda Wargaming, obviously a big 3D printer place, and obviously support a bunch of other Aussie podcasts. So I didn't realize it was the Jeff, but he prints a lot of the terrain on these pictures is actually from his printing farm that he's got. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Stellar terrain too. It's awesome. Such good terrain.
I felt so bad though. We were talking. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to get some. I have bought some stuff from Panda Wargaming, but I just haven't painted it yet. He goes, yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh, you dickhead. Anyway, there you go. Oh god, are these? Oh, that's right. No, I got too excited and didn't even take turn 1 picks. Sorry. So he is playing Chaos Dwarves. He's got a Demon Smith Sorcerer just on foot with Dark Magic level 2. He's got another Demon Smith Sorcerer level 1 with the Staff of Quietude. I had that too and didn't use it once. So that a couple of banners here and stuff that I should have switched around and nothing happened. It didn't bother me anyway that I didn't have them or did have them. The Infernal Seneschal, which is, I don't even know where that guy ended up. It must be in a unit. Okay. Oh yeah, the Battle Standard Bearer. There he is with the Lamassu's beard, and then he's got a Hobgoblin Khan in a big unit of 46 Hobgoblin Cutthroats, 18 Infernal Guard, and we drilled 5 Infernal Guard just with the Fireglaves, and then he's got 3 Bull Centaur Renders, which you never see. 2 Deathstreaker Rockets, 12 Sneaky Gets ambushing, obviously, Bull Centaur Torok, and a Deathquake Mortar with an Ogre Loader, which I forget about. So yeah, like for Chaos Dwarves, I was like, that's not as bad as Andrew's list. So it's more Chaos Dwarves.
It was a nice Chaos
than Andrew's list. Yeah, there's actually
not
Chaos Dwarves.
Not a dick list like I
had. So, and the cool thing is, even though those big, the horror stories of all these massive cutthroats, or what are the ones in the ogre? What are the scrappers, or what are they called? The ones in the ogre list, all these little shitty units of light infantry, but heaps of them. And at least this unit was just one big one. And so I knew there was a hill there on his right, so I knew I figured his cannons would start going there. So I started dropping my pigs on that side. He very early, there was a special feature in the middle of the board for this one for, I can't remember how many victory points it was, something.
250, I'm pretty sure.
Was it? Yeah. And then what was the other one? Not baggage train. It was...
It was get into their deployment zone.
Oh, get into their deployment zone. That's right.
Each scoring unit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right. So obviously that's why I ambushed one of his. Like you can see over here on the left, I've ambushed my Primal Warherd for that. But yeah, early on, he threw those big block down next to the hill. And so that was really cool because then I knew which side to sort of go after with my Dragon Ogres. Because when you put your Herdstone down, I probably should have actually put it more in the middle, to be honest. You sort of block yourself a bit. So I was like, trying to work that out. So I'd already pre-measured and worked out that I'll give my 6 wide unit of Gauls an angle through there. And then this was the game where I had to end up just going to fit everything through. I ended up having to just go 3 by 1 with my Dragon Ogres. But I just figured at least one's going to get shot by the shooting. So put one behind, that way I can squeeze through. Because I didn't want to risk, touching dangerous, difficult terrain and then losing, not being able to get a charge in. Yeah. But apart from that, I thought the deployment just, again, like the second game, just went my way in the sense that, like, he had big infantry here that I wanted to get in combat across from my Dragon Ogres. Other guys can deal with the other stuff. And I had one pig going out on the left because at the time I didn't fully know where his cannons were going to go, but he has got a Deathstreaker right at the left there. And then his Bulls, what's it called, Andrew? What's the Bull Centaur Torok is out on the left as well. Oh, yeah. But, that gives me a Voltide target, stuff like that. And then over on the right, my piggies and my harpies are going after his War Machine. So, like, it's sort of all like landed like the Skaven one, but even more open terrain. So I was like, oh, this is probably, I just need to push up, hopefully get some magic, and then see what happens. I can't remember what that dice is. What would that be? I think he miscast or something. I can't remember what that is, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I'm just pushing up. He actually, and I'm not sure what happened here, and maybe you guys can explain. I have to ask Jeff why he did it, but he kept his. Oh, that's right. Now he thought I'd be Voltiding, but I was like, I can't reach really that far. Like, he kept his Bull Centaurs behind the hill in his turn 1, and I got turn 1. So like it just meant there was just nothing there. So I just like pushed. And I flew my harpies from the middle of the board right over that side. I was keeping my pigs away from each other. I didn't want to like keep, have like panics and stuff. Even though they re-roll, I guess, but they're so shit. And I thought I'll send the harpies and one pig into a war machine and then, then the other one. So I didn't mind that they were going to take a turn. And you can't shoot turn 1 anyway. So, like that's a good thing about that chalice. I vile-tided. Oh, no, I did do a miscast at some point. Great. That's right. Yeah, another one. Which is all cool. I did vile-tide, though. That's probably what that is. He's Bill's Centaur. I got him down to like hardly any wounds left. So I did vile-tide him, I think, and then I must have miscast, but oh well, it is what it is. And then his turn 2, he just sent his dwarves into my, like just drilled and charged into my unit, which was
YOLO.
I was like YOLO. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like at least I'm gonna get way more attacks here. And I had Earth and Ramparts up, and then I think maybe not this turn. The next turn I got one of those spells up where you get the extra attack, which is cool. Having said that, it was a bit of a pillow fight. The first turn, I did a wound to his BSB and he did a wound to my general, and that was it. So like it's not like these guys don't have any AP like my guys. Like if they didn't charge, they don't get any AP. And he's got 4. Yeah, is it only 4 up or 3 up? It must be only 4 up with these guys. But yeah, it just was a bit of a slugfest, but that's fine. But the Dragon Ogre and the Shaggoth get in. It's so frustrating. I was like, oh, man, I'd love to have that 4th Dragon Ogre in, but I just couldn't squeeze through the terrain. And you know what? This is the game. I only realized this thinking through this morning. I forgot to cast my fucking quickening storm thing and shooting the extra attacks. I was like, I didn't really think it is what it is. Over on the War Machine side, though, so one, I sent my, he did actually come out with the Bull Centaur Rendors, and then I charged my pigs in, and they actually ended up killing and running them down. I sent my harpies into the fucking cannon, and because he doesn't have crew, I totally forgot about the ogre loader, and those harpies do not fare well against the ogre. It's just like they killed a couple of crew or whatever. The ogre just like smashed through. And then I ran away. I was just like, oh shit, should have gone into the other one.
You said you forgot that, and then like because you didn't have it on the board, So you charged
the models
ogre, and then you're like,
I was just like, fuck's sake. Anyway,
But I've been annoying not having the models on the board so you can know
especially an ogre loader. Yeah, I think you probably should.
Makes a big difference.
Anyway.
It's one of those things. It's kind of sometimes people like they just don't have the crew. Like I've seen a few people that don't run crew. It's just
it's pretty common with War Machines. I see people don't do crew. But like when I see no crew in my head, I'm just thinking, well, they just got 3 people.
Yeah. It's an easy mistake to make.
I mean, I wasn't going to complain. I mean, you can't get in much more perfect position than what I'm in at the moment. Like, I mean, look, I took a few turns to get through that many bodies in front of me there, but he wasn't doing much, and I was just chewing through them. And then the poor guy goes in with his dwarves for his turn.
That's a little one.
That's his 2-hit roll. What is happening, Jeff? Yeah.
Oh no!
6 1s and 2 2s. Oh,
poor Jeff.
And then poor Jeff's gobbos ran off the board. And
he's such a nice guy too. It's just
he is. And then the one pig up here took off that Bull Centaur Tora because he only had like 1 wound on him or something. Because I think I vile-tied him. He had 1, so he got through that, then into the doom set, the rocket thing, and then killed that. And eventually, obviously, I get this dwarf unit, but then. By turn 5, where is it? It might not have even been turn 5. It was probably, I'm just killing things. My Shaggoths come around right behind to get his charge off on his general. That's his general. He just decides I'll just charge in. So I had to take the picture of him charging in his little dwarf against this fucking massive model I've got that I can't even fit it in. I have to like go portrait mode to get him in.
Portrait mode to get him in.
The Shaggoth proceeded
Holy
to just
God.
squash him into oblivion. And then by then, Jeff's like, yeah, this is over. So, I think it was only turn 4, to be honest, but I was like, ouch. I don't know what just happened then. I don't know. It was just that, I mean, I feel a bit bad because like both of those last 2 games, I did really well at 20-0 in this. And I was like, it just the table laid out that way. And I was just like, well, there's no real decisions here. It's just like,
I feel like he was just running
forward there and then pick the
forward,
Voltite target for the other one. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
Jeff's obviously similar list to my last opponent. It was just like a nice rounded fluffy list a bit. So so like
I felt it was a bit sad, but it was like, but I mean he wasn't. It was fun. It was awesome just to chat, and obviously we'll chat
bloody
about
power
the
games.
whole world. Got ourselves a sponsor, so it mustn't have hurt that much. So I just need to get to painting his terrain that I've already bought off now that I feel bad because I was saying I haven't even painted it. I was like, I have to buy some more off Panda.
His terrain is beautiful, but we'll definitely plug that.
Good. Yeah,
it is.
So. Anyway, I'll let you finish off your game, Andrew.
Ooh. All right. I don't know how many pitches I've actually got because this game. What is going on here? Let me go to the next. All right. So this is sort of zoomed out a bit again. But my last game was against Ben. Great guy. He's funny as hell. It was a really fun game. It was quite swingy both ways. Unfortunately, again, like Gommo, I was just too excited and didn't get a shot until I think halfway through my turn.
Then
yeah. I think I had more beers than turns I played at this event. So yeah, and you'll see I forgot a few things, some critical things in this game. So his left to right. He was running Orcs and Goblins. He had 2 characters, 2 goblins on Cave Squigs. He had 6 Squig Hoppers. He had 2 Manglers. He had a 15 unit of Black Orcs running I think it was just, that's right, shield and hand weapon. He had a Wyvern, similar setup to mine, just a bit killier. And then he had 3 giant...
he had the choppiest chopper on it.
Yeah. And it was very choppy. It was choppy. 3 giant bricks of Night Goblin archers with 3 fanatics in each. They hurt, and he had a Doom Diver. So one thing I did notice, I think me and Gommo were talking about it, there was a lot of fanatics and bigger units, probably due to the comp as well. And they,
it's good. And it's a good list. It's not the Cathay level, but they can take on Cathay. That's the thing.
Yeah. 90 goblin shooting. Like I think he was doing like 18 shots out of that 30 unit. Something like that. Wow. I mean 18 shots. That was plucking off wounds on Iron Demons, like plucking
just
wounds.
The volume of it.
So many
there was just so many. Because his Doom Diver, I think he wasn't doing too well with that, but we'll get into that. And the other thing, the Mangler Squigs, see quite a few of them getting around, which was good to see.
I haven't seen a lot of lists with 2, but I mean, this might have been probably pretty good because people are trying to get in your end zone or, you know what I mean, like ambushes, and you've just got that unit that can fucking stay around and just be random and hit people.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you might have sent it up, I don't know, but yeah.
Getting into his turn and my turn. So obviously I think this is halfway through my turn. He went first. So he was kind of just sitting back and just shooting me. Because obviously he could outshoot me. But the only problem with his list is because he wanted, obviously with the goblins, to get that additional shots from volley fire, he kind of just sat back. But then obviously you're trying to get points by getting into their deployment zone. So it was sort of like forcing me to run up to a certain degree. which sort of hurt me a little bit. But anyway, I pretty much pushed, and I was pushing up the Iron Demons really hard, going straight for his Fanatics, because I figured, out of everything that's going to get hurt by Fanatics, probably the Iron Demons are going to be the best off out of all that. And then he had his Wyvern sort of like staring down
on 6s. Is that right?
Yeah. And then we'll get into some Fanatic shenanigans later because it was pretty funny. Anyway, so he had his Wyvern sort of staring down my 2 characters, and I wasn't overly keen to get my general into combat with his Wyvern. I just didn't think it was going to work out too well. So I was trying to get my Wyvern in with his Wyvern, but I kind of wanted to get the Black Orcs or something else in as well. But unfortunately, look, I won't make excuses, but let's just say I had a lot of beers in this game. But Ben is a very good player as well. I think he came 5th. He did some really cool stuff. But anyway, I'll go into, I think this is possibly turn, must just be turn 2.
I like how you've released deployed different as well. That's pretty, even though I don't know what the result of this game was, but I get, you got Iron Demons in the middle, like Black Orcs out. I don't know, just it's cool to see the flexibility.
No, it was. That was the other thing he got. He was getting off Itchy Nuisance, which is a pain in the ass.
If you can roll 5s and 6s,
definitely. And then he was also getting off. What's the one we get to reroll 1s?
Yeah, the
the goblin, the Orc and Goblin spell. Yeah. He was getting that up, and then that was a bubble as well. So all 3 units were re-rolling 1s, and I think it does something else. AP1 maybe.
AP1.
Yeah. So that was just decimating that Iron Demon. Yeah. Wow. So the one off to the right, I think this is like turn 2, and it's already lost 2 wounds. So if you're losing 2 wounds per turn, and I'm slowly moving up 5 inches each time, it's you're getting hurt. But anyway, he's sort of staying put. Everything on his far right, like all his squigs and everything, he was just moving up. He put them in a way where if I was going to be charging, it was probably going to leave me open to counter charges. And the other thing he did as well was he was screening off his Black Orcs with his 6 squig hoppers, which is also a pretty good move that he did, because it was he put them just within the forest. So, you were always going to get that -1 movement and the lowest dice, which was going to make a charge really hard. But basically what's happened from here, I don't know if he actually played this correctly, because he got into combat. You can see next with my Wyvern. So we've got a nice up-close shot. Yeah, right there. But then looking back here, he's in the forest, isn't he? I think.
Oh, his Wyvern is, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he
played just that inside the forest, yeah.
Was it an extra turn?
Right. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I can't remember.
Because that's a far charge if you charge.
Yeah, they're not Swift Stride anyway. That's we established.
Oh no, they are.
Aren't they?
But
they are. It's just the Cathay.
The lowest dose and -1. Lowest dice and -1 movement. So, but anyway, I don't know. I can't remember. Look, I can't. Yeah. But anyway, they ended up
or something. Oh no, he's come out of the forest there.
Yeah, he came out of the forest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I think he probably, he charged from there, but he might not have. He might have come closer. I only got a few.
You might
shots.
have. Are you sure you didn't charge one of those squiggy dudes, kill it, and then he's charged you?
Nah, because I think with that shot, he looks like he's in a similar spot. See next to the hill there.
Yeah.
But look, I can't remember, so I don't know. I'll go with the benefit of the doubt and say he played it correctly, or we played it correctly, because I'm not going to start making. It
looks very far. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, he might have moved out of the forest and then charged up. I can't remember, to be honest. But anyway, we ended up in combat, and I sort of thought, well, my Black Orcs are there. All I got to do is hang on. And, it was going to go good for me, but it didn't. He lost combat and he ran. So what happened, I think he might have we got in a combat. He might have, did he get something else in? No, maybe he didn't get something else in. But yeah, he got in combat and basically I lost and I ran and ended up running off the board. I think it did go for 2 rounds actually, because I think, yeah, he did get something else in. And then just with that extra combat res, just like with the flank rear, was enough to break me and I ran. And then he ended up next to the board with his characters, which sort of like saved me a little bit because my left flank was now lacking massively after I lost my Wyvern. Just a huge threat is just gone. So as you can see, I've sort of like turned my Black Orcs around to face just to try and, you know, keep him away from my general. And the problem I have there is he's just so maneuverable that I'm like, if he wanted to, he can just fly over me. So I was just, I didn't really know what to do there. So that was a really good play by him. I've just left my general in the middle. I haven't really put him into combat yet, just because there was no combats I really wanted to get into that I thought he was going to do well in. So he's just casting magic. I was able to get my Iron Demon on the left, as you can see, into his Black Orc unit. And then I think after that, I did send up my general into that combat as well. The thing you can't see in the center is I was able to get my other Iron Demon with 1 wound left into his center unit of Night Goblins. And as you can see, well, as you can't see, because obviously it's not zoomed in very well, I beat him in combat, and because he was out of general's range, he ended up running off the board, and that had his wizard in it. So I was really fortunate there. So that was a heap of points. And the funny thing was as well is he launched out, I think it was 4 or 5 fanatics at me in my Iron Demon, and all but one he rolled doubles on. So every single one of his fanatics blew up. That was on their first movement out, like to hit my
Oh my god!
So it was just, it was nuts.
They're not OP at all, I'd say. No.
Yeah. So anyway, I've turned to face off to the right. You can't really see it up there, but I've turned to face the Goblin unit off to the right, and I was just trying to. And then he turned to face me, obviously, which you can see there. Off to my bottom right again, you won't be able to see it because it was off camera. But basically, he had a Mangler off to the right. Took out my Hobgoblin archers. So instead of, you can see I've got that big unit of 28 Hobgoblins with shields. I basically had to turn that around and face his Mangler because I didn't really have anything else that could deal with it. And then his Mangler, good chance it was going to end up with a rear charge into that unit anyway. So I'm like, I'll just turn around and face it. So that's where we're at with that. It kind of swang back at the moment because obviously when I took that his wizard unit out, I'm like, oh well, that's all his magic gone, and then that was what was decimating me. So that's my last pick. So I'll just talk out what happened. So basically, he did end up taking out that Iron Demon that had 1 wound left up in the center. His Black Orcs were able to get out of combat, and so yeah, I lost that combat with the Iron Demon, I think, and then I got pushed back far enough that I was out of the forest, and then it was his turn next, and he did this really smart thing where he's actually turned his Black Orcs around, and he's actually taken them outside of the forest behind, so I couldn't charge when it came to my turn. So I thought that was really
that's
smart.
the one you told. So he pushed you back out of it. Yeah, that's
yeah. So just because static combat res, I just didn't have enough. So I got pushed back. It doesn't look like it there, but I got pushed back enough where I was outside.
Or did you fall back in order or something?
Nah, I don't think I forbagoed. I hope I didn't.
You might have had a couple of turns. Just back around.
Right.
Yeah. But again, I had a few beers of this, so I might have forbagoed accidentally. But I think, I should have just given ground. And then, he ended up sending his Mangler into that bottom right unit. And the Gobbos held out, and they're able to take the Mangler out. Thank God. Funny that. The Hobgoblins beat a Mangler.
The Hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I did pluck off a couple of wounds with the archers, but he was able to take them off the block. which was very good for me. He ended up, and then I think I took off another one of his units. The what are they? The goblin
squig hopper things.
Squig hoppers, yeah. So I ended up taking those out. And one thing I forgot again. So those goblins, I think I had 2 turns left, and I didn't know what to do with them. And I was like, I'm gonna but I just kind of left them there. But then I completely forgot about that center objective, and I'm kicking myself. Kicking myself. I didn't move up because he ended up moving down because Paddy ended up coming in. We both forgot about it completely. And then Paddy's like, said to him, like, oh, Ben, you're going to go for the objective? And I'm like, oh, shit. It's completely. And they were just sitting there literally doing nothing. So 2 turns left. I'm like, oh, they're not going to get up there. I won't get into his deployment zone. No way. I'll just leave him here. It's fine. I just didn't want them getting shot because I knew they wouldn't make it all that way up there, but they definitely could have made it to the center, I reckon, to at least contest it anyway. So game that kind of finished like that. So I ended up, I had, this was a critical thing. Completely forgot about this. He sent his wyvern into, what was it? Was it my gen? Nah, it might have been the hobgoblins or something like that. And ended up fleeing. And then that put me in a juicy charge with my Black Orcs into his wyvern. And his wyvern was right near the bottom of my board. So I sent the Black Orcs into the flank of his wyvern. And I'm like, I was getting excited because I'm like, I'm going to get some points here. And this is the problem you've got with like Black Orcs and infantry sometimes. It's just, even a huge block like that, I thought I had it, but I didn't. And again, I didn't do the mass because I probably should have challenged, but I didn't. I thought I had enough combat to punch through enough wounds and have enough combat res to beat him in combat and push him off the board because he would have been an auto flee just for the amount, or close to. Even if he wasn't an auto flee, then it would have been, just heaps of static combat res. But no, he was just plucking off sort of like, 6 wounds, 6 wounds, 6 wounds. So, unfortunately, those last 3 rounds of combat just decimated that unit, and I lost a good opportunity to get some points there, plus the center objective. So it ended up coming out. It was pretty even at the end, but Ben, he's a great player. He definitely outplayed me here. We ended up getting a 9-11. So he beat me by 1. So I end up with a 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. That's me.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So what was the final result? So we had, we'll just go through. Well, we ended up, what did I ended up 14th. Because it was win-loss draw as well.
And that was what, 42 players, did you say?
I think it ended up being 42. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that had a few drops right at the beginning, like on that day. Yeah, and Andrew, you're like just under that, 16, is it? No, where was it? Oh, 19, not 16. Can't read. And we had Paddy Gallagher, who
Paddy won.
Yep, she won.
Yeah,
with
she
her
won.
Grand Cafe.
She smashed
Amazing.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Mark coming in second. What else? Like Mark Hurwitz, who's been playing. He's just podium him all the time now. And Ed M from, I think he's usually from Canberra, but yeah, had come up. Pretty sure he is. He was in Masters last year, so he beat it. He came third bronze with a Beastman, just standard Beastman list, not a Wild Herd, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and like you said, Andrew, yeah, Ben, who you just played, came fifth. These Orcs, so that's pretty good.
He did really well.
There was a bunch of 2 win, 1 losses. There was 3 undefeateds with Paddy, Mark, and Ed, which is pretty cool. And then also on top of that, we got this as well. Oh God, what have I done with it?
So I think people are saying in the background that. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. Very lucky. Thank you. I don't know who votes for that because it's not players voted. So thanks, Michael. And then I was hanging it up today and I realized because that was the one I got best painted last year. I've got a January 2025 and January 2026. So next January, you know where I'll be, people. I'll have to try and get a trifecta.
Trifecta.
So yeah, thanks guys. Whoever, I don't know how they work it out, but yeah, pretty impressed to get that. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely deserved. Army looks so good.
Yeah, no, it's just man, Beastman and oils and airbrushing
and airbrushing.
Yeah,
like is that in terms of armies you finished? Would you say you've spent less time on that army in total just because of the techniques you've been using? That type of thing as well?
100%. Yeah. It's, if anything, it's, totally. Like it's probably dragged on near the end of the last year a little bit just because I wasn't doing as much. But yeah, it's one of those armies that when you sit down and go, right, I need to smash through, 40 infantry, you can just do it in a week, So,
Sorry. Yeah. I'll jump in because I don't want to be slagging him out. Apparently, I got that rule wrong. So I think Ben was good what he did. So
with the fly thing,
with the flying wyvern out.
I know there's a little bit of discussion.
There is a bit of debate going on.
I'm happy to go with Ghost on that because I like that.
So they're saying, I think you got to end your movement to suffer the penalty or something like that.
Terrain.
Yeah, with terrain, which I never knew. I thought it was just if you're
I don't know. I see what I don't know how you say it, that illness is saying, but there's probably an FAQ around on it, but I haven't read it. Cool. So that was good. It was a good result all around.
Yeah, that was. And I was going to shout out while we've got it because they always do such a stellar job. Obviously, the Western Sydney crew. Obviously, Michael was running the event. I know John and Michael both do a lot of work putting this together, but Garrett and Zeke as well, definitely running the desk. I'm sure they help out behind the scenes as well. So all four of them, fantastic work, and thank you very much because I love my teammates. So great
really
work, guys.
Together.
And what was Alex saying there about? Alex's Ghost, isn't it? Oh, correct.
Yeah,
that's not. What's he saying? March will be 50 for sure. Is that, are you talking about Spring Fling, or is that? Did I miss a comment? He's got up here saying March will be 50 for sure.
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
Like participants.
Oh, because John's saying almost had 46, but dropouts. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Yeah, I think they're talking about going up a level again, and we're like, how many levels are on this thing? Yeah, when do we get to the? Apparently, there's a massive ballroom at the top or something. It's like, we know where we're heading. At some point.
I hope the air conditioning's better in the ballroom, but although March won't be as hot. That was a stinker, man. That was so hot on Saturday.
Yeah, never had that problem with the other ones, and even last January. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it's called Fatal Fall.
There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, that's gonna be another one dayer, isn't it? That'll be.
And John, when's your 2-day? It must be like June-ish, isn't it? Yeah, pretty sure. Have to make it up to one of them, Josh. That'd be cool.
I have actually penciled it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Pencil that in, Josh. Might be able to pull some money and we'll bring you up.
Well, we are getting, like you said, Josh. Yeah, you laughed at me with the timing, and you're exactly right. So we're probably not going to smash through the Masters thing, but we'll give a quick shout out to obviously Pash. We said it before. Pash, one of our not only the great YouTuber, but also one of our awesome patrons winning it. So that's a pretty cool event. And in terms of coverage of that, people have probably watched it because we were playing tournaments. I didn't. They After Dark was commentating a lot of them on the game on table 1. So if you haven't checked it out, get on YouTube and watch it. So I'm going to do that from tomorrow because I haven't watched it yet.
Got Leroy's joined us. G'day, Leroy.
Did you want to? Should we cover that one? We only got one question, Josh.
Yes, which is actually a SummerSlam related question. On topic from Sean. And I do want to ask you guys how you felt about your lists and what you want to run in future. But I'll ask the question first. How many players at Summer Smash do you think actually brought the absolutely most competitive list they could? And then he has a second part of this question. I'm not sure how it works, but how about for the tournament going community as a whole? But I don't know. Ask the first question. How hard do you feel the lists were in general at Summer Splash?
I think there's always that top out of the 44. I'd say there's always going to be that. I don't. It's hard because the comp is
the comp and the objectives.
Like, yeah, really pull it back.
Yeah.
So there's none that you look at and go, oh, fuck that. Like, I mean, Andrews is one like that, to be honest, where you go, fuck, 4 toughest 7.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Like that's actually
didn't even
yeah,
take
but
out
outside of that,
his
it's
House
not
Lord
like
army.
you know, like.
I wasn't the only one. Come on, there was a couple of tough lists in there.
But I still wouldn't think that's not like one that's sitting around podium him everywhere either. You know what I mean? Like so, like that's what I mean. Like I'm saying, it's a hard list, but it's not like because of the comp, you're not seeing those. You're not seeing the characters on balloons, or you're not. So there, it was a breath of fresh air not to see fucking vampire counts everywhere with freaking graveyard blocks sitting on the middle objectives and shit. So. Some of that was ratcheted back. So as a result, I feel like there's the usual, the top players are always got pretty good meta lists for that comp. And then, there's always I don't know. There's a fair few people I hadn't recognized the name. So there's probably a good 15 of that were probably pretty, like you said, garage type lists. They look like Warhammer lists, but, when they run into a meta list, they probably get a bit struggle a bit.
It's one of those hard things, isn't it? Like kind of if you do have that garage list, you're almost like you never really see a garage list. It was pretty rare where they're getting up into that top 10. It's just, I mean, you play as good as you want, unless you're like a really awesome player. There are a couple of really good players, but I mean, even we had Akhtar coming in with his dwarf list, and he didn't do very well. And Akhtar's a really, really good player, but his list just, didn't quite perform.
Oh yeah, his massive Slayer block.
I think in one game it went well, and then he said he totally misplayed it in game 1 because he only played 2 games of it. And then
2 games.
But in typical Akhtar, this is what Akhtar's like. He's already played 3 games and he's already sitting in like Masters rankings at the top while, and so he's like, I'm playing for some other lists at the moment. Like he's just playing around with stuff. Like because he doesn't need any more Masters ranking points, really. I mean,
which is good. It's good to see.
Yeah.
And it's good to see like Maddie, as well. Like
different.
Obviously,
list.
Maddie's a really good player, and then he was challenging Akhtar as well. So that's good to see. It's not just the best players trying to go against the worst list. Like they're actually, you got the good players actually challenging each other. It's like really, really good to see.
And I mean, let's give a shout out to Mark too for coming second. And I know it's Renegades, but it's not the square base comp where you're getting 2,600 points. Like he's only getting 2,000 points, and he's coming second in that field with heavy like with Wood Elf, sorry, but with heavy comp around scenarios that are really pushing for core scoring
big blocks of
units
infantry.
stuff.
Which he doesn't.
He doesn't
really have.
Yeah, so like pretty good. I love that.
Didn't he have some wild brains?
What he did there.
Yeah,
he just plays that list so well.
Actually,
he just
would
knows
be interesting to hear.
And Kyle, which we'll play, maybe we'll have him on the channel soon because he's up our way. He came 6th with Orion's Wild Hunt, so that's that list you like, Josh, wasn't it?
Ryan's Hunt came 6th. I didn't even.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
I think
I'm very impressed with the variety of lists and like how they went, and also, but just the amount of infantry on the table and like all those battles, compared to like last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's such a nice variety of stuff, and like we're not having mounted guys or magic dominating more. Like I think it's getting to a very healthy state in terms of
like you ratchet back.
You've got to build
what we just saw there. You ratchet back some of the really
system.
Overpowered, the undead, the Cathay stupidity. Suddenly everything starts becoming viable.
And they didn't ratchet
back a little bit of a
much.
tweak. No, just a couple of targeted tweaks, and then a little bit of less character allowance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We do that for the 800, which actually I appreciate as well. But I know it hurts some other armies more than others. But and Keith coming 8th with his orcs. I really liked his list with just the amount of bodies on that list.
I did not want to play that.
There's
so many bodies. Yeah.
What is that? 180 infantry, and then 5 night goblin screw goblins, 5 night goblin screw goblins, a few bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then a few and 4 war machines. Yeah, that's awesome. And so guess what? I didn't get a pick of this, but guess what I was printing last night?
Oh.
Avatars of War Orc Boys.
Oh, those boys. Arrow
boys. Boys. I just want some Orc Boys, like I was saying last week. So they look okay. Although I think I need to reprint them because I did them at 90% and I'm not 100%. I think they're too small, ironically.
Too small?
Usually,
you got to
usually big.
You got to print some chesters, don't you? Really?
Yeah, see, I think that, but then I go, well, it's going to take just as long, so I'll just print the whole fucker and throw them out. Well, I don't throw them out. I'll just mix them in. Orcs are
you can mix them in, I guess.
Yeah.
I usually print a few different scales and then print something else at the same time.
True.
And then I'm like,
that's smart
I'll
though.
pick one.
So
Yeah. I think Leroy's asking. He's got somebody who's got 45 Furies, a Lord of Change, some Flamers. It's pretty impressive. Any advice how to deal with that?
I thought he was just describing Alex then.
You
sure he's not describing Alex? Oh, he's not. Okay.
I can't help you with that. So
run away.
Yep.
For you.
Yeah. Have you guys got? I don't know. We probably won't cover any of the other stuff really. We had the only other thing I'd just shout out is news for Made to Order Warriors of Chaos came out, so we finally got a little bit of our first old world for the year, even though it's just Made to Order. If anyone's after any of that stuff, make sure that's coming out this week, I guess. But that's the one where you've got to like put it in and pay now, hey, and it could take like a year. Is that what Made to Order is?
Made to Order. Yeah. So
right.
We do have some news. Oh my god. Yeah, I was just happy talking about some proper games getting in.
Some old Chaos Warrior guy.
The
old bloody shamans. But anyway, just check that out if you guys need any of them. They sort of hold up a little bit. But they're pretty small though. I imagine
they're small. Even the other mates, like if you go back to the Zinchi mage with the horns, compared to the other three, like he looks okay. Like he's old, but like those guys, like what?
He's got a bit old.
What's happening? I don't mind the guy with the staff, the front left one. I mean, he's weird, but at least
with the skin cloak.
Yeah, is that what it is? Anyway, sorry, Josh. Actually, before we went into this, but you did ask, Andrew, would there be anything you would change on your list?
I'm interested to hear what you guys like. Yeah, would you change your list, and also what your plan is for the rest of the year in terms of are you going to keep running it, or are you going to do something else?
I think we went through all of this on the way home in the car, and I went through one extreme to the other.
For the Black Hawks, the amount of points I paid, I think they only did well really in one of my games, considering that the goblin unit, the hobgoblin unit was like 120 points. I'm like, man, I could take like almost 3 of them for the Black Hawk unit. So yeah, I'll definitely probably get more bodies. Like if it's going to be that style of comp.
Assuming it's the similar style. So the hobbies did well though. Like, you happy with how they went? You just want more of them.
Yeah. Look, if you're taking a big 300 and something point Black Hawk unit and it's just there for combat res and it's not really performing in combat, then you sort of like, what's the point? But yeah, that's about all I'd probably change. Then maybe bolster up those, because I did get caught out with the Hobgoblin Archers not having a champion, so I couldn't challenge. So I'll probably just throw that in and then maybe bolster them up to about 20, just to give them a few more bow shots, a bit more combat res. But yeah, that's
the Black Hawks that you would like if there was something you'd take out versus put in and stuff, that's one that.
Yeah, I'd have to take a unit of 5. I think that's what people do to get
yeah, it's true. Yeah, the Black Hawk dude. Yeah.
Was it when were they in the challenge? Were they getting? Was it just if they get charged by a single character or something like that?
Yeah, single character or things like that. It gives you a bit more options. So sometimes you might have, per se, one of your characters in there, like your big characters, and then you've got nothing to challenge out if somebody throws a challenge at you, if you know what I mean. So if you end up with a combat with your goblins and a big flying character, and then somebody challenges you, you don't really have much of a choice. So it's a bit of a waste as well. So yeah,
it's only a few points, I guess, to get it in. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, a banner's good, but the problem is you're probably going to lose the banner if you lose that unit. Well, obviously, you're going to lose points a lot more. So it's not really worth it with the banner. But yeah, what were you going to do, Gommo?
Well, I mean, to answer what. Well, Josh also asked, are you gonna stay with them, or what do you have? You got you've got this chaos sort of thing you're starting to build up, as well. Yes.
But I was going to take as well. I don't know.
Seaguard you're trying to podium a
got to take Seaguard too. But I said a GT, so it's got to be a 5
go in the Seaguard.
5-game event. Yeah. When I say Seaguard, it's just going to be Sky Cutters.
Yeah. But Mark said Gommo need to run 2x4. I mean, that's what I was running until I was playing Wild Herd. That's what I took to Castle. I got everyone was running lots of 3 or single Dragon Ogres, and I was using 4 from day one. I reckon they're fucking awesome. But so I have been trying to work out a list of 2x4 plus the 2 Shaggers and stuff. But you have to go to you can't do Wild Herd as such, I don't think. No, you can't. So I'm just going to play around with that. So I don't know. I was saying to Andrew on the way back, I've got all these plans of building, I do have a Cathay army that I've got paint and all that stuff. But I was like, maybe I'd just play Beastman, at least for the next couple of tournaments still, and just fiddle around. So I'm not changing so much on the competitive scene, but hobbying on other stuff. But, my usual thing is it's the tournaments that make me finish the hobby. So it's a little bit. It's like
yeah. It is. That's so true. I was powering through for weeks and weeks. I never do that much painting.
Yeah.
Just coming up to an event. So yeah.
You're painting on the podcast. Like even every time you're on camera, you were just had a brush in your hand.
Yeah, I've been in my shed. Just
phenomenal to watch.
Yeah.
I guess is waiting for the FAQ will answer some of that. Like what's and I'd love to. I don't know. I was seeing bloody Keith's orcs, and there was a bunch of orcs playing down there.
It was.
Makes me just want to, get them out a little bit because that's my number one. That's my love. So I should actually, especially if I can find some good Orc Boy prints and paint them up. I don't know, man. I'll just be doing my normal ADHD approach to it, I guess, doing all of it at once. So
we're going
plastic crack.
I mean, I guess as we mentioned at the start, the year is the FAQ coming, and that might change things.
Yeah.
And suddenly. Yeah, we might start playing with some interesting lists if that does change things significantly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Josh,
I can journal when.
So. You been doing some printing, Josh? Bit of printing?
Yeah, a little bit of printing. A little bit of getting things together.
Getting a little few things together.
A little project.
Did you have any pics to share before we close out, or
no?
Oh. I've got one. Can I just share one because I have to make a confession. Actually, there's technically a few, but it won't be. We don't have to go through it all. Because last week, just so people can see, and this is my confession as well, is Andrew and I got a game in the other day to help him prep, and you see this thing that's
similar to John's list, just a little bit similar.
What's this thing here that looks suspiciously like a Monty Python sketch? Sorry, people, you're not getting a live stream Sentinel, so you can see through him. I started glue because what happened last week? I was all prepared to do a live stream build of him, but work's been bloody crazy, and so what was and then the game coming up on Thursday night with Andrew, I was like, fucking, I want to at least get half of him done. So while I'm working, and when I say working, AI is working, so it's doing stuff, and I have to check it every 5 minutes, whatever. I've been doing the Sentinel, and so I got through that much of him, and he actually wasn't too bad. I guess the worry I have is, have I not hit the scary part yet? And I haven't really asked anyone yet, but I wanted to just come clean on the podcast that, sorry, I started gluing him. I started doing it. I did actually film me doing the legs, but I haven't turned it into a video.
Can you go back to that first shot of your army? The thing I find funny is like, you deployed almost exactly the same as what John deployed. Like you guys.
Yeah, I know it was freaky, except obviously I didn't ambush. I was about to, but I didn't ambush both the Lancers. And I don't have his cool 3x3 movement trains. That's probably a better idea than what I had there. But yeah.
It was completely coincidental that he just
also couldn't fire cannons for the life of me. I think I did 2 misfires, didn't I, in the first 1 or 2 turns?
Definitely lulled me into a false sense of security. I'm going to smash John.
Although it sounded like my balloon might have done a little bit more work.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
That's probably why you shot the shit out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it scared me.
Because I think I went for his Black Orcs. I'm pressing the wrong buttons, and then I went over your unit out the back and started annoying you down the back behind your army, and then you blew me to pieces or something.
Yeah.
So that was all fun.
John played really well. Stellar opponent. I
still have to finish the crew. Sorry, people. I'll get
it's coming along. That looks really good.
There's the harpies that I did before that's how they came out before I got to the tournament. And then this is my sort of confession. I got wave 2 of my what's called 2 Thin Coats came today as well, because that was on special at good Gap Games. So I've got a shit ton of 2 Thin Coats now. I've pretty much got them all, which is cool, because I was just missing a bunch of like different colors and stuff, and I was sick of buying individuals, and then it came up in the whole wave, and I went, I'll just buy it. It just came today. So yeah,
nice.
It's all cool.
Do you have enough space in your rack for them all?
No, I need to buy 1 more to fit them in. I got 3, but I need 4, I think, to fit them in. So, yeah. Anyway, it's all fun. Cool. I think that's it. I think we're all done for the night. Good. Well, thanks everyone for listening to us go through our games and all that sort of stuff. Love to hear what people are doing. Leave some comments if you're watching this back. Tell us what you're working on for the year. I don't know what we're doing next week. We're gonna have to come up with a topic. Otherwise, it depends what happens with the FAQs. We're sort of in a bit of a holding pattern, so
a little bit.
I feel like it might be a bit later, but like in the month.
Slow grow. There you go. Mark has reminded us.
No, sorry, we're bad at that. I need to start that. Actually, put my pictures up for Cathay for that, because I want to finish that Shigengan. But yeah, yes, we have the slow go running over on the Discord, guys. So if you want to jump in, it's only January. It's just the beginning. At your own real pace, but there is a bit of a what's it called, like theme for the months, which is like characters today. And Andrew and I have said we will be getting our Battle March stuff up, so we are going to try and finish that by the end of the month. So I don't know if we'll have the bat reps up then, but we'll hopefully have the army starting in Feb for our raising of the Westerland campaign. So that'd be fun. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching episode 127 of Old World Fanatics. If you did enjoy that, please like, subscribe, leave us a comment, jump over to patreon.com/oldworldfanatics, or you can also just shoot us messages and questions on all the socials and the Discord. Until next time, and thanks, guys, for coming on here. I guess I'll see you all guys next week.
Yep.
And, enjoy. Roll some dice, paint some minis. See you guys.
Ciao.
Got to click the button.